Marlon, what are you doing?
I am packing the fruits of my labor of this year.
How much labor are you using here?
A lot, clearly enough to fill the whole bag because it's a year worth of harvesting, good, bad, all kinds of baggage in there for my year. How about you? Have you harvested anything this year?
I haven't thought about it yet.
Have you harvested
your year? Good morning and happy Monday and welcome to a brand new month, November. Here we are. I don't know about you, Marlon, but I'm excited about starting a brand new month, one month closer to the end of this year.
Oh yeah, I'm just excited for the turkey,
Yeah, he
the
wants to
mashed
eat.
potatoes, all that good stuff. If you guys are my Facebook friends, I posted about it today.
Yeah, he did. He posted about that. Today's topic is discussing harvesting. So, Marlon, go ahead.
All right, so the meaning of harvesting, it says harvesting, the gathering of crops, the season when ripened crops are gathered, a crop or yield of one growing season.
So, what does that mean? Well, let me take this definition and apply it to us and our everyday lives. So, what we mean by this topic is really how do you stop, assess, look back at this past year and say, did I do all the things I wanted to do? Did I not? What worked? What didn't work? So, in today's video, that's what we're going to discuss, and we're going to look back on our personal lives and take a moment of reflection. And then, based on that, we'll start thinking about the next steps because there is more ahead. So, stay tuned.
So point number one, guys, is harvest your personal garden. And what do we mean by that? And I'm just gonna refer to my phone here. Reflection of what you have accomplished this year. What did you not accomplish this year? And what new thoughts have come to mind in order for you to better progress in your life. So I think it's time for us to sit back and as we harvest all of these things, let's reflect and ripe the fruits of those labors that we have done this year. So it's important for us to be self-aware of those things so that we can go ahead and enter 2021 on a better note. So since we're talking about harvesting, I want to talk about harvest your personal garden. And what do I mean by that? I mean by that, we have to reflect what did we accomplish this year, what we did not accomplish this year, and what new thoughts can we better gather so that we can better enter into 2021 and be better at what we are already doing. In my case, there are many things that I regret about doing this year. There are many, many things that I don't regret doing this year. One of my personal goals was to advance in my career. It is currently happening. I'm traveling all over the place for my company and I have secured myself in my company, which was my main goal from a career standpoint. From my personal standpoint, I've been wanting to live my life with a lot of peace, get rid of that negativity around me, whether it's a person that brings in negative things to me or, my own mind playing mind tricks against me. Those are the things that I've learned to move to the side this year so that I can better be a person in 2021. So keep that in mind, guys, and I leave you with that so that you can let it be thought on your mind.
So, where are you now? How did you get here? Did you accomplish all the things you wanted to do this year? Let me think about me. No, I didn't. I did some stuff, but I'd say like a lot of us, it was really split. In my case, being locked inside for most of the year, I had a lot of time to reflect. A lot of time to say, okay, what are the things that I could have done in the past that I didn't do? And where am I now? And how do I want to get there? There were so many obstacles that prevented due to the COVID situation that I know many of you can relate to. And really just using your common sense, common judgment, and just being safe. So where are you now? What did you learn from this time of reflection? And how do you want to get to where you want to get to in the new year? With 1 month left to go, I know there's certain things that you can do within your scope of being inside or whatever the situation is. There's a lot of seeds you can start planting, and this is a harvest video that we're doing right now. So harvesting is about planting crops, planting seeds, letting them grow, and then, harvesting at this month. I know at least Thanksgiving he was talking about eating, but that's the same thing with you in your actual life. And then thinking about where do you want to go next. So with 1 month left to go for me, I can say that I want to finish off this year as best as I can within my power for work-wise. I definitely enjoy a rewarding experience with my customers and my internal people. And then on a personal note, I can say, like, in terms of getting to meet people and getting out there, it's something that is challenging because you can't really go out as much. But there's all this social media that you can do, or video chats. So it's a new way of living. So I'd say there's a lot of things out there, and also a lot of outdoor activities. So you can do that within the weather if it permits. So definitely start thinking about the next steps and start planting those seeds up here. So here we are. Where do we go from here? Where do you, looking back at your life and this year, give an example of, I guess, where were you earlier on, where are you now, and how did you get there, and how could someone learn from that?
Right, so my biggest experience, honestly, guys, this year, again, like I said earlier in the point before, was my career. I was at a point where I was in a new company. Nobody didn't really know who I was. I didn't really have a brand name, made myself a brand name within the company. So then COVID happened and all of these things happened. You know, the easiest thing for me would have been to sit back, complain, and, you know, not work hard. Instead, I swallowed my words. I did vent it to my very close circle of friends, and then I work hard and very, very hard to prove myself. Because it's so much easier to sit back and complain about something, but it's a lot harder to have to swallow your words and have to pay a price. Because for everything that you want to accomplish in life, there is a price that we all have to pay.
Absolutely. And some key points that he mentioned was, one, your circle of friends and who you vent to. So I know a lot of you sitting behind a computer right now are working in a different field thinking, oh my God, I'm so tired doing the same thing over and over. This is not what I want to do. Well, guess what? We are in a year where you should be grateful, despite how amazing or not amazing this job may be. You have a job, you have an income, you have something stable. And if you don't, keep thinking about where I can go to school, what courses I could take that are free, who I could talk to, where I could relocate perhaps. Just keep those wheels turning, because it's super important to keep yourself going. Because sitting there complaining, super easy to do. But been there, done that, and I'm telling you, like, you gotta keep going, keep pushing. And then venting, be very careful who you vent to.
All right.
Because venting is nice to get it out. You're human. You're allowed to vent. But don't sit there and simmer and simmer and simmer. I could tell you from my experience, being locked inside here for this long, being solo, it has driven me crazy. But I think something looking back in my life was, I cared so much about so much approval at the beginning of the year.
Right.
And it was like, oh my God, what if I do a dance video? Oh my God, they're gonna laugh. But at the end of it, I realized that I've been locked in here by myself. What's the worst that's gonna happen? I'm gonna get a message. Ain't anybody here to come see me. So you can say your little comment. You can try to make me frown, but you know what? You hold your power. And if anything, I've learned that I can do more than I realized.
Exactly.
And it's all within palm of my hands and my attitude and what's up here. And I can block and I can delete and I can privacy stuff. You have control over what you put, what you do, or what you don't. So that's what my thoughts are. And as we conclude and we head to next month, December, you know, we're wrapping up 2020. It has been a challenging year. We know that. These videos are meant to encourage you, inspire, and push you to keep going. And I want you to start thinking about, where do you go from here? Whether it's personal, whether it's professional. We don't know what will happen 2 months,
Right.
let alone 6 months from now. Looking back 6 months ago, I didn't realize COVID was going to last this long. But here we are, pushing, and we would like you to do the same, because you matter. So please like this video, share, and let us know your feedback. We hope you've enjoyed it, and let us optimize
your mind.
your life. Your life.
Guys, we'll see you next week.